Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Morning. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for your continued support of our efforts. In politics, there's like an ebb and flow to a campaign, and there's moments in the campaign where you realize how fortunate you are to be not just standing for the American people, but also taking strong positions, not compromising, letting people know that you're truly out there representing their practical aspirations. Such a moment has arrived for Elizabeth and I today because we have with us a very distinguished actor, someone who has become a beloved character from not only Lord of the Rings, but also receiving much critical acclaim for some of his most recent work, the Eastern Promise. And we are so grateful to have Viggo Mortensen here to express not just his support for our campaign, but to talk about what he believes is the singular importance of this campaign, not just for this election, but why we have the potential to change the country. And with Viggo's support today, we continue on the path to doing it. So please join me in welcoming Viggo to Manchester and to hear his support for us. And he actually flew on a red-eye over here, and he's going to tell you why he came here very quickly overnight to support our campaign. Viggo.
Good morning. Anybody here from ABC TV? Any affiliate from ABC? Or CNN, friendly type?
There we are, right.
Yeah. The main reason I came here was because I was very disappointed to see Dennis Kucinich slighted by ABC and whoever's behind ABC, in not allowing him to be on the stage last night with the other four Democrats. It was a slight to him as a man, as a statesman, and it was a slight to the American public, especially the people of New Hampshire, I think.
Amen. Amen.
And I think it's outrageous that can still happen, and the media, the mainstream media, including ABC, has picked up this new phrase or this new word, change. It ought to be a new word, but the way they talk about change, it's not a new word at all. This is the person, in 2006, when things seemed to be changing, that they were really going to start changing, people were fed up, around the country, and a change happened in Congress. Since then, we've been sort of treading water because people are so afraid to make a misstep. I mean, we've seen that. We saw that in 2000 in terms of presidential election. We saw that in 2004. 2006 things seemed to change. It's like, okay, now you're in there. Have the courage of your convictions. Do what he's been doing, what Dennis Kucinich has been doing, unlike any of the other candidates in either party, which is consistently hammering on certain things over and over. We should not be in NAFTA. The troops should and can be taken out of Iraq immediately. There's no reason not to. The only reason to say, well, I don't know, we could be there 13 years, 15 years, 100 years, depends who you're talking to, is out of fear and out of corporate connection, out of fear firstly, and secondly out of greed. He's the only candidate. Something that means a lot to me is, and I think to most Americans, but it's an issue that I care a lot about, is health care. It's embarrassing. I travel a lot because of my job. It's embarrassing that this country, supposedly the greatest quote-unquote country in the world and the most advanced technically, the richest, that we don't have anything even close to universal health care. It's the only civilized country. And other candidates talk about it. They always couch it in some way. There's always some condition on it. It's not really single-payer universal health care. It's just not. And his stances on education, on NAFTA, on the Patriot Act, which should be just junked,
Those always drop when we're winning.
Yeah, you're winning. His stances on all these issues are pure and consistent and have been for years. The other candidates sort of cherry-picked. You saw it last night again when they weren't just quibbling and trying to one-up each other, the 4 Democrats. You had 6 Republicans for some reason, but I guess there weren't 2 chairs for the Democrats, 2 more chairs. Everybody should be there. Anybody who's running for president, who's been going around the country, should be there. It looked like a pretty big room to me. If you needed to have 30 people there, you should have 30 people there. But certainly Dennis Kucinich, who's polling higher than Richardson, should have been there last night, for New Hampshire, to speak to the people directly. They threw him a bone after he rightfully complained and tried to do something about it legally. They gave him 5 minutes, and I don't mean any disrespect to New Hampshire. It's not a bone to be on 5 minutes local TV or state-run TV, but it's still not the same thing. They didn't put him up there. That's wrong. That's why I flew here. I got on a plane and said, I'm coming. I'm going to make some noise. Hopefully I won't embarrass them. But I mean, people keep saying, oh, we want change. Okay, here it is. Don't take 4 guys or 1 woman and 3 men up there, with all due respect to them and some of the things they say, who just cherry pick the things that they feel safe in cherry picking from his platform and things he's stood for years. Why take second best? Life is too short. The country's in too much trouble not to have the real deal. I don't get it.